Hello guys, this is the second part of Economics, chapter number 1, the story of village Palampur. In this topic, we will learn about farming in Palampur. So we will move. In a farming in a Palampur, second point we will read about is there way one can grow from more than same land. It means they are talking about multiple cropping. It means the land will be same, but by the method we are able to grow different type of cultivation on a one particular land. First point, in the kind of crops grown of facilities available, Palampur will resemble a village of the western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. It means all the facilities are available in the small village Palampur, and the villagers, especially in Uttar Pradesh, they are growing different kinds of crop in a one particular land. Next, all land is cultivated in Palampur. No land is left idle during the rainy season, or we will call kharif crops by the farmers. It means any land not still remaining. It means Palampur village, all the land they already done the cultivate, they convert as a cultivated land, and during the rainy seasons they are growing types of kharif crops. Next point, these plants are used as cattle feed. It is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. It means by the cultivation for the cattle feed they are growing jowar, bajra, and they are using for a cattle feedings also. And same manner in October and December between they are cultivated potato in a same land. Next point, in the winter season rabi crops they are growing in the field, and they are sown as wheat production they are doing on a land. Next point, sugarcane in its raw form or as jaggery, it's sold to trader in Shahpur. It means they are growing more and more sugarcane, and after the sugarcane they convert it as a jaggery and they will sold as a trader in Shahpur. Next point, the main reason why farmers are able to grow three different crops in a year in Palampur is due to the well developed system of irrigation. You're already aware about that thing. If a one particular land will be there and they are doing the proper irrigation, proper water supply will be there, they are able to do proper irrigation or proper cultivation. So for the sake of that thing, in one particular land they are growing different types of or multiple cropping they are doing in a one particular land. Next point, the major impact was to transform the system of irrigation. Persian wheels were till then used by farmers to draw water from the wells and irrigate small fields. It means what was a major impact for the transformation in a village? They are using the proper system of irrigation. First, they are using the Persian village in a village, but according to the modernization time they also changing in a irrigation and changing in a farming, and afterwards they are using water from the wells and irrigated small fields in a particular Palampur land. So we will move to the next slide. Soon, however, farmers started setting up private tube wells. As a result, by mid 1970s the entire cultivated area of 2000 hectares was irrigated. It means the farmers are making his own private tube wells, and as a result in mid 1970 the whole land, the 200 hectares land they will cultivate it and they converted as a cultivated area by the proper irrigation. Already I am aware about you what is the mean of multiple cropping. So this is the definition of multiple cropping: to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. For example, you are able to see in a picture one particular land will be there and there you doing the multiple cropping. For example, wheat, bajra, sugarcane and potato. In a downstairs you are able to see the one flow chart. This is a one type of state-wise area under contract farming in India. It means government distributed or giving as a contract to the particular state for doing the proper farming by the proper irrigation method. So we will move to the next slide. Now, the other way is to use modern farming method for higher yield. First point, the first few tube wells were installed by the government. It means government will help to the villages people to establish or to install the first tube well. Next, as a result, by mid 1970s, the entire cultivated area of 200 hectares was irrigated. It means 1970 made whole land 200 hectares will be cultivated by the proper irrigation. Next, to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. What is the meaning of multiple cropping? To grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the one particular year. Next point, traditional seeds needed less irrigation. Farmers used cow dung and other natural manure as a fertilizer. When we are talking about the traditional agriculture on that time, the farmers using the traditional seeds, they are using the cow dung for a manure and fertilizer. They are using the natural productivity manure and fertilizer. But right now, next point, the green revolution. In the late 1960s, introduced the Indian farmer to cultivation of wheat and rice using high yielding varieties of HYV. It means high yielded seeds of seeds. It means in 1916 the new development will be occur. That's called the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution in late 1960 introduced the Indian farmer for more and more cultivation, and the farmers are focusing on only wheat and rice for using the high yielded varieties of seed. With the help of high yielded varieties of seed, they will get the succession also. Next point, HYV seeds, however, needed plenty of water and also chemical fertilizer. High yielded seeds, they demanded or they need plenty of waters and chemical fertilizers also. You are able to see in this picture the modern farming method. First, high yielded seeds, fertilizers, diesel, pesticides, irrigation, dams, canals, pump sets and electricity. If we have this type of all the things, we are able to do the proper farming or proper modern farming. So we will move to the next slide. Now, next point, higher yields were possible only from a combination of HYV seeds, irrigation, chemical, fertilizer, pesticide. It means with the help of or with the combination of high yielded varieties of seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizer, pesticides, we are able to grow more and more cultivation or production on a field. Next point, the farmers in these regions set up two wells for irrigation and made use of HYV varieties seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides in farming. It means with the help of proper irrigation or with the help of set up the two wells, they are made use of plenty of high yielded variety of seeds, chemical fertilizer and pesticides in farming they are using. Next point, in Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional varieties was 1300 kg per hectare. It means when we talking about the traditional agriculture on that time, with the help of proper irrigation, the yield of wheat grown only by the traditional variety 1300 kg per hectare only. Next, farmers now had greater amounts of surplus wheat to sell in wheat market. It means by the modern farming method, the farmers have plenty or surplus of wheat and they are able to sell in a market also. Next point, modern farming methods require the farmer to start with more cash than before. It means modern farming method require especially to purchasing HYV seeds, chemical fertilizer, pesticides, and they demanded or they need a cash. In a traditional agriculture, they don't needed the cash money, but in a modern farming method, they need cash amount to purchasing this type of chemical, this type of productivity like chemical fertilizer, pesticides and high yielded variety of seeds. So we will move to the next slide. Now the third point is, will the land sustain? You see that the question mark will be there. We will see by the points. First point, land being a natural resources. Land is a natural or renewable resources. It is necessary to be very careful its use. It means we will be very careful to using the land. Scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resources base. It means day by day, by the help of modern farming methods, we are overuse the land or a natural resources. Next point, also continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation has reduced the water table below the ground. It means continuously we are using the groundwater for tube well for a proper irrigation. For the sake of that thing, it reducing the water table below the ground. Next point, once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. We must take care of the environment to ensure future. Whenever we are using the land, that is a natural resources, but if that used to be totally destroyed, it is very difficult for us to restore again. So for the sake of that thing, we will ensure about our environment, about our land, that we are able to pass on for our future generation also. In our next point, chemical fertilizers provide minerals which dissolve in water and are immediately available to plants. It means chemical fertilizer on the spot time, they are providing the minerals which are used to be dissolved in water but immediately available to plants and impact on the plants also and for our health also. So we will move to the next slide. Now the fourth point is, how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur? In a first point, not all the people engaged in agriculture have sufficient land for cultivation. It means in an imaginary village of Palampur, they don't have a sufficient land for cultivation and all the people are not engaged in agriculture only. Next point, in Palampur, about 1/3 of the 450 families are landless. Example, 150 families, most of them Dalits, have no land for cultivation. It means that is a division of Palampur. 1/3 of the 450 families are landless. They don't have a land. Example, 150 families, most of them are Dalit or they belonging to scheduled castes or scheduled tribes. They don't have a land for doing the cultivation. Next point, 240 families cultivate small plots of land less than 2 hectares in size. It means 240 families are totally busy to do the cultivation of small plots of land less than 2 hectares in a size. You are able to see the 2 hectare, the quantity wise it's very less, and how many families are totally dependent? 240 families. Next point, in 960, Govind was a farmer with 2.25 hectares of largely unirrigated land. With the help of his 3 sons, Govind cultivated the land. It means this is a one type of story. In 1960, the Govind was a farmer name. They have a own 2.25 hectares largely unirrigated land. It means land will be there 2.25 hectare, but that is unirrigated. So with the help of the son and with the hard work of the son, the Govind cultivated the land. After some time, some years after Govind died, this land was divided among his 3 sons. It means the property will be divided or the land will be divided generation to generation. So we will move to the next slide. Now next point is the large number of small plots scattered around the village in the picture. It means the large number of small plots are scattered around the village in picture. You are able to see in a picture in a clear manner. The land will be scattered or it used to be different. Next point, on the other hand, more than half the area of the village is covered by plots that are quite large in size. It means you are able to see in a picture half the area of the village is covered by plots, small plots that are quite large in size, but actually that one is very small. Next point, in Palampur, there are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivated more than 2 hectares of land. It means 60 families or medium, they are belonging to a medium family, and the large farmers who are very rich, they are cultivating more than 2 hectares of land, and poor agriculture peoples or families, they don't have a particular land. Next point, a few of the large farmers have land extending over 10 hectares or more. It means the large farmers or the landlords or the big peoples are extending his own land over 10 hectares or more than 10 hectares. Next point, each one now has a plot of land that is only 0.75 hectare in size. It means right now each person has a plot of land that is only right now 0.75 hectare in size. By this picturization, you are able to see how we are working on the fields. First, we are doing the wheat cropping, then ploughing by bullocks, then sowing, then spraying of insecticides, and cultivation by traditional method. Already all these things you are able to see in a village, or this is a picture of how to do the agriculture on a particular field. Now this is all about this lecture. Remain points we will cover in our next video. If you have any doubts or any query, please share me in a live session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.